You know, I've never actually quite sat here and listened to the music, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff there. So I'm back and I'm playing this game, you know? The game. Here's the game to play. Here's the jam full of ham, you know? Last time we were talking to those two people, Kieran and well, I don't remember the other person's name. Find out. I'm really bad about learning names in the beginning of games. Especially games where you have to like read text. Oh yeah, no, actually I had finished talking to them and I was exploring this crazy realm of insane shit. Cable connects this spout to the collection device. The nozzle looks like it may have been attached to another machine at one time. This device is collecting black goop from somewhere underwater and pumping it to a nearby spout. God, this music's so good. I hadn't realized how good it was. There's a door.
Yes. Now.
This metal door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of circular bumps run horizontally and vertically across the surface. It's firmly sealed. Examine the door more carefully. The metal surface is infused with minuscule threads that are barely visible to the human eye. They only run in a straight line or right angles. They seem to converge at the circular bumps. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat surfaces, others are actually many-sided polygons, while few are marked by tiny apertures. Knock on the door. You knock lightly at first, then harder. The door makes no sound at all, nor does it shudder or yield. There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. She peers at the door. One of my colleagues at the order claimed that she got inside, but I don't believe her. Okay. Guess we're going upstairs then, huh? Hovers in the air, you feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. Strange lines and rippling forms of sunken buildings are dramatically different from the architecture above the waterline. Yawning intake marks the front of a long-dead construct inside. The metal is pitted like an ancient. Oh fuck, what is that? Okay, those are beasts. Hey guys, let's hide to the left. Oh shit, never mind. As you step onto what looks like the back of an enormous construct, four strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on gray gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something when he notices Calestige. Cal? I thought you'd sworn off trawling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down, both you and Alligarin. Odds and ends, Coro. Nothing that would wait. Okay, that's the girl. Odds and ends, Coro. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Like Coro and Calestige talk. His hands curl into a fist. I was wondering specifically if you had seen a falling star that landed near here not long ago. I've seen nothing of the sort, dear Coro. Her lips close thinly. What about your friend? He turns to you. I know most of the draft that scavenges the reef these days. It's a rare pleasure to see a new face. Nice scars. How did you get them? What are those gloves for? Where did that star land? It wasn't a star. I fell from the sky. There was no star. I'll be honest with you, I saw the star, but don't know where it landed. Oh, fuck! Can Calistige do it better? Oh no, she has one more. Huh. I'm not risking my goddamn life. Koro studies you for a long moment before sighing. Alright. Well, do let us know if you spot anything of interest. I'd like to say we'd pay for the privilege, but if we were rich, we wouldn't be down here, would we? Ah! Almost got raped. Nice thinking, kid. That would have been a fiasco. You figured out why they were here, right? They saw me fall from the sky and came to investigate. They were ambushing anyone who walked by. You think Calistige told them about us? Oh, sure. And they just had that ambush ready to go at the same time as we leaving? Nah, kid, Calistige sold us out. Excuse me, are you suggesting I had something to do with Koro's plans? Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years. It's too convenient for me. Too convenient by far. Of all the idiotic paranoid delusions, you really believe this, don't you? You really believe I'd use a half-wit like Koro to stab you in the back rather than do it myself? You see, kid, she'll stab you in the back first chance she gets, most likely in your sleep. Elegant throws up a hand, forestalling Calistige's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last time we travel together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. He turns to you. You coming, kid, or what? Elegant, I really don't think she was trying to betray us. He snorts a bitter laugh. I do. You haven't seen 1/10 of her depths, not 1/20th. She's a backstabbing bitch, mark my words. You are insufferable to the end, Alligator. Looking for the worst in a situation is the only way you know to see. Do you know how long I've carried your pain for you? Okay, yeah. How much I've had to turn away from your judgmental stares? But you're right, I've had enough. She turns to you. Child, I am happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, he growls. Kid, she'll chop off your head and spit down your throat. I'll get you where you need to go and let you sleep at the night to boot. It's up to you. I mean, I trust them both. Why can't I travel with you both? Can't you just work it out? She burst out laughing. My dear boy, we have been working it out. Elegant's petulance, his obstinacy in the face of fact drive me away every day. He might be strong, but he's also thick. I dare you to try traveling with him and see how long you endure. Not as long as I have, I'll wager. His face darkens under her accusations. But he manages a pained smile. As if you're doing me a favor by staying with me. Do you think I don't see your true self in all those echoes around you? That's you, Calistige, every facet of it. Uh-oh, the wife's back. Oh no. What a sad decision I had to make. Now that you've dealt with Koro and his goons, you can continue on to the Sage's Cliffs to reach the city across the bridge at the north end of the plaza. Thanks, dude.
Of course.
There's a shallow depression in the surface here, like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike the others, the energy still pulses across this one at random intervals. A slight yet implacable sense of unease emanates with each wave of energy. Jesus. There is a loose lens at the center of the depression. You think you could redirect the psychic energy. Yeah, psychic energy somewhere more useful, but it'll be tricky to get in between the energy pulses. With any antagonist to aim it towards, the device doesn't seem to serve any obvious purpose. Well, shit. Damn, I could have handled that. Cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem.
I'm going.
The value of a good defense. Evasion helps you dodge attacks, while willpower can let you avoid escheracy. Sotteries. Sure. Seek the order of truth, so we must first circle the square. The easiest way is via the staircase by the end of the clock. Lovely words of a dying man. Oh shit, what's going on? This man is large and broad-shouldered, and his steel armor is painted in the silver and indigo colors of Sage's Cliffs. He seems to be a soldier or constable of the city, too ordinary perhaps. As you scan his face, you see that his features are plain, forgettable, and almost generic. Not only that, but his eyes are a little too large, his smile too firmly fixed upon his face. You let me pass? Regrettably, I cannot. The soldier's smile doesn't leave his face. By order of the slave families, I must prevent anyone from approaching the condemned man. He gestures towards the wretched figure on the dais, who appears to be speaking nonsense as his body is slowly wrapped in rotting entrails. You must be new to the city to ask such a thing. Allow me to welcome you to Sage's Cliff, visitor. He speaks the final word like a title, almost an honorific. I am a levy. You must rely upon me. You may rely upon me and others like me for protection and assistance at the discretion of the council and slave families. Slave families. Who are the council and slave families? Do they govern the city? Indeed so. Each slave family has one representative, usually the head of the family, to sit on the council. We are required to follow their commands. What's happening here? Execution for treason, ordered by acclamation of the council. The condemned man is guilty of selling state secrets to a foreign power. Oh shit. If you saw the face of the man on the streets, you wouldn't glance at him twice. His features are utterly ordinary and forgettable. Not too ugly, not too handsome. It is, indeed, almost like he is a merge of many thousands of men. Their idiosyncrasies and imperfections merge into a bland middle ground. The exceptions, of course, are the eyes, which are a bit too large for the face, and the ever-present smile. Taken together, the man's features give you a vague sense of humanity. So you really serve the council, people of the city. Brief pause. Yes, that is correct. Farewell, visitor. Deep shall echo with our songs, master shall weep in Damn, can't touch the wall. Alright. What is this? You inch closer to the lattice of energy that holds the creature as you lean in the ugly glaive with a sledgehammer slung over his shoulder. Shouts, "Boy, no gawking for free. Pay El Gento or get gone." He glowers at you, hand reaching for the haft of the hammer until you step away from the cage. I'll be damned if I let someone steal from us. This large, bald, broad-shouldered man turns to you. Turns to face you. You freeze. It's not his dark cloak or his sledgehammer. It's that beneath his mustache and goatee he is so ugly that he'd scare his own mother in a dark alley. He gives you an abrupt nod, and you get the distinct impression that here stands a man who enjoys the boredom of standing guard in the company of his thoughts. Nothing to see here until you pay El Gento, he says when it's clear that you aren't moving on. That he says it when it's clear. What's the thing in the cage? Sorry, I was looking at the beast. What is that thing in the cage? A niche there, the Marin, he says. El Gento will tell you about it, if that's what you want. Capture niche the Marin. Long story. Canadra drawls. Then he falls into silence. Apparently, this wasn't an introduction, but an excuse. He sees you staring and adds, "Ask El Gento. He's the talker. I'll watch the beast." Where is El Gento anyway? He jerks his chin at the man in the pointy hat near. Well, what the fuck? In front of you is a weary traveler whose grim visage is mostly obscured by a pointy hat. Upon closer inspection, the lines on his face indicate that he has seen much and has many to tell. "Hello there, friend," he says. "Here to see the necroman, my friend in the cage over there? Or are you here to spend a word or two?" Look for someone who can repair a complicated device. You must be in desperate shape if you're patrolling the circus, talking to strangers, he says. "Do you have a piece of device we might offer?" "He's far from mine, friend," El Gento says with a raspy chuckle, "as you'll likely see if I get too close to his cage. Go on, ask your questions." "What is it?" "A biomechanical union of stubborn curiosities and frothing malice," he says. "Who made them no one can say, but they cannot be trusted or befriended, cross their paths or thwart their incomprehensible whims, and they'll kill you if they can." Wait, you called the creature a he, is it male? Could be female or genderless, or many gender, who can say? I have our friend in prison, and I feel better about the fact that if I don't call it him, it. How did you capture the creature? I suppose you could blame luck, he says. Little early to call it good or bad, though. His eyes seek the sky as he begins the story. I was wandering off, well, call it a trap, in the valley, through some nameless ruin. Was off hunting for dinner, and I work in the days. Always do, when I'm concentrating. Near sunset, the trap was still in pieces, and I heard Canadu roaring my name. I turned just in time to see our guest bearing down on me. The creature's volley of molten energy cracked off the personal barrier I'd left active while building the trap, but I knew it couldn't hold. The Canadu leapt off the valley edge on the In's back, bashing it with his hammer. It shrieked, and then night fell, and the creature went still. I worked a touch frantically, I admit, to finish the trap. It hadn't been designed for our guest, but as you can see, it worked. Well, how'd you get the creature into the city? A fair question, he says, casting a lazy glance back at the cage. But a longer answer, and not as interesting as I'd like. So let's just say the trap is more collapsible than it appears. So what do you plan on doing with the inn when you're done showing it off? We're likely to release it and run as if every kind of demon in the world is after us. We're not trappers, see, we're explorers. We're only in this to save up some coin for the journey across a long patch of ground. He rubs the neck. Not that our motives make much of a difference to our guest. He'll want to boil our skin once we let him go, and I can't say I blame him. Let me see the creature up close. Your curiosity does you credit, friend, and it'll only cost about 25 shins. That's too much. Can I, let's see. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Stat pool spin on effort restored. El Gento surveys. Dude, you can get critical successes. That's awesome. El Gento surveys you with an unreadable gambler stare, stroking his chin with a cracked thumb. We're always nice to meet fellow barter, he says, and takes your money. Visit our guest whenever you're ready. Worth every shin, I promise, he says, pocketing your admission fee, visiting our guest when you're ready. Sweet. Alright, we'll see him next time, because my wife is a big, lovely woman. Big as in your love. Big is the adjective for lovely. Adjectives can describe another adjective, so if I say big lovely, that means that lovely is the big part.